Welcome back to the Indie Film Podcast. I'm Jared Kidd.
And I'm Jordan Frills. Our topics for today, we're going to talk about some feedback. We're going to show you another film of ours. We're going to talk about some equipment and doing stuff by yourself. And then we're going to review some trailers.
Correct. Feedback. I've gotten some pretty harsh feedback in my time.
It's necessary. I'm a guy that'll give it to you straight. You know that.
Yeah, that's the best feedback you can get because you don't want people lying to you.
Yeah, you don't want people being like, that's good, and it's like terrible.
Don't even be that person if you're that person.
Yeah, stop being that person. Even though it kind of stings a little bit when somebody's like, hey, that wasn't the best.
Right. You just got to learn. The faster you learn to take those bad criticisms, the better off in life you'll be.
Mm-hmm. Just the last film we were making, we were giving each other feedback on how to do our lines and stuff. And like, oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. Do it like that. And then like if we fell off, we'd be like, no, that was a bad one. Don't do that one.
That actually helped me out quite a bit too.
Yeah.
Because I tend to do my lines too fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I just get like nervous on camera when we're filming and I'm trying to act.
Yeah.
So I'll start speeding up without noticing. So it's good to just be like, hey, you need to slow down a little
it's
bit.
nice to have that person that's like, hey, slow down, deliver your lines with a little bit more like.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're just worried about like, we'll come up with something stupid here. Say my line is, ooh, that light is bright. You'd be like, ooh, that light is bright. Ooh, that light is bright. You'd be like, slow it down, kind of like get more passion into it.
Yeah. I've tried to kind of, learn. I don't know. Like acting is actually harder than it seems.
It is. It is. You got to have like a. In your head, it sounds good, but out loud, it's just too fast. Like with this podcast, you're sitting here, and if we sit here and we talk like this, and we were just like, okay, yeah, we like feedback. Feedback is really good. It's nice to have somebody to do the, and we were doing that fast.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting the point across to ourselves, but
Right.
at home they're like, slow down.
So if we ever start doing that, please let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
What we're doing wrong.
It's gonna hurt.
We may just shut this whole thing down.
Don't want to do it anymore.
But that was like the biggest. That's the biggest thing I like is when somebody gives you honest feedback.
Yeah.
Because once they start giving you false feedback, then you start just recreating things that you created before, and you may think it's good, but it's not really good. But once you get, especially somebody that's into film too, that will give you, that's what you got to find. You got to find a friend that's also into the same thing.
Yeah.
That way they know what to look for.
Because, I get exactly what you're saying. Because we could, high school, for example. I knew basic editing in high school. And everybody we did films for drama, okay? And everybody in the drama department, just because I could make simple cuts and, just simple little overlay effects, they were like, wow, that's amazing. And then people who can do real effects are like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, nowadays it's probably different.
Yeah.
There's more kids with technology. Back then, we had to do what we had to do.
Yeah, 1973?
73? Yeah, that sounds about right.
I believe that's what it is.
We look pretty good for our age. Not bad. But yeah, I think, I don't know. I think feedback, you gotta find somebody that's gonna give you the honest feedback.
Yeah.
Even when I watch something, you can always put something in a way that's still nice. You gotta know who you're giving feedback to, first of all.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if you give it to somebody that can't handle it, you might end up fighting them.
Yeah, well, that or making them cry.
Yeah.
It's like, some people, you'll just be like, hey, that was great, but, and I'm like, but?
What do you mean, but?
Yeah, what do you mean, but?
That's those people that wear scarves and drink coffee or tea.
You know who you are.
And they sling it over, but.
Smacks the guy behind.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's one thing that we want to try to do on the channel. is when we do these festivals and stuff, when we start doing that, we kind of grow a little bit more. That we can actually give you guys feedback on what we think of things. And don't take it to heart. Just know that,
Yeah, even if your film is like pretty perfect, I know I'm like this, and I've always been like this. I actively try and seek out for what can be improved because it always gives you something to work on.
Yeah.
Always.
And nothing's ever perfect.
No.
Like everything we make, there's probably some stuff we made that's pretty perfect. Right?
It's tough to be me.
Tough to be me. No.
Very close. We could show that. My God.
I tend to do that when I do watch my old stuff. I'll write down, like, things I wish that I would have improved. That way, when we make stuff in the future, I know, like, don't make these mistakes again. And that's one less thing you got to worry about.
Yeah.
Because when you first start out, there's too many mistakes you're going to make to pay attention to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, your whole first film is going to be a mistake. Like, you probably shouldn't even make it.
You should make it.
No, you should. But don't, like, when we do the film festivals and you send it in, you're not just gonna send it in and us be like, that was a really good job, that was really nice, and stuff like that. We're gonna give you honest feedback that you can work on, and then the next time you submit a film, we expect it to be better.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like when we give feedback on certain films, it don't even mean that we don't like it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of films that I love, but you can always find something. But sometimes that can make you crazy.
Yeah.
So we may take it easy the first few rounds.
That was good. It was really good. Maybe just tweak the audio a little bit. And then the next time, devastating.
Yeah. It was like it was like 0.0001, a hair above the decibel I'm used to listening to.
Yeah, that's too tough for me.
No.
My ears were rattling the whole time.
But yeah, it's very important to find people to give you feedback. So make sure you have somebody that'll give you honest feedback so you can keep improving your work.
Yes.
Next, we're going to show our film this week. The thing is, we just got a green screen come in.
We've upgraded our equipment.
Yeah. So, we're not the greatest with green screen effects, but we had this idea, and we think it's going to be good.
And we're like this close from being the best with the green screen. So, hope you enjoy it. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Are you going to help me?
All we need is one generator. If you could just hang in there for just a minute, I'll go get it done. I'll come back for you.
Hurry, please. Are you going to get me down now?
I would, but the exit gate's just right over there. As soon as I get that, he's been hook camping you the whole game, so if I get you down, he's just gonna hit you back down.
You have borrowed time!
No, I switched it for the pebble.
Dude, if you don't hurry up, I'm gonna go into second state. Dude!
Shut up, dude, he's gonna hear you.
He's still chasing the Claudette.
No, he's not, dude. He's been hook camping the whole game.
Stop walking and run over here.
I'm not using my sprint burst. He's still chasing that Claudette. Should be good. Now let's talk about using cheap equipment.
Okay, cheap equipment. There's a link down below to our PayPal account. We're gonna need a whole lot of money. No, just kidding. But yeah, cheap equipment. It's something you have to work with, and I think everybody has to work with it.
Yeah.
Early on.
Well, do you remember like the first camera that you used, first equipment that you got your hands on?
My cell phone. But if we're talking about legit equipment, it was one of those old $20 cameras that you put your hand through right here, and you had a little side flip, and you go.
Oh yeah, I mean they work.
They work.
They work. Do you remember what resolution?
I believe that it was 480.
The 40? Yeah, I think that was the same thing I started with. It was like a 480.
Yeah.
So terrible.
Terrible.
I mean, it is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. That's close to 720, and then it's after that it's close to 1080. It's like 2 steps off.
It's getting there.
It's getting there.
It is getting there.
But now they got 4K, and then they've got 8K.
We were ahead of our time. 480 was that's probably what that means, right?
Yeah.
480, 4K.
I think it means like 4K.
Okay.
A little bit above 4K, almost 5K.
Yeah. But I remember going into like a gym. They had this setup, and they had this little blue camera, and they were talking about like gifts. It was like one of those book fair things. Yeah. But they had this camera. I thought it was the best thing ever. Because they had it hooked up to like this HDMI. They had it hooked up with the HDMI to this big TV. And it looked good on the screen. Yeah. And then when I got it, it was like one of those $20 cameras. And it didn't even have a strap.
You just had to hold it.
You just had to hold it like that. And there was the record button was on the back of it.
I'll tell you some freaking cheap equipment.
What's that?
Gosh, they were so bad. And I asked the teacher if I could not use it, and she was like, no, since we're all using the same thing, just use this. And I was like, God bless. It was in Miss Jones' class. Well, she changed her name because she got married. It was it was in the film class. Not the film class, but like the...
It was in history.
Yeah.
Economics or something like that.
Yes, yes. And she had these like cameras that were just a square. They were gray.
It was pretty much like a phone.
And you just had to press record and you turn it off and on the side here.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you plugged it up into a computer and you had like the worst editing software in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it came with the camera.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I hated that.
Yeah, that was I remember those cameras too. But sometimes now you got your phone.
Yeah, that's way better than that. I mean, my phone shoots in like pretty good quality. That's wild to think about.
It is wild.
Like back in the day, if you shot with your phone, it would be the worst thing you could ever imagine. Now your phones are better than half the security cameras at stores.
Yeah.
Security cameras, what's up with you?
Yeah. You guys make millions of dollars every year.
We would catch this guy, but we couldn't make out his face.
They need a Canon Red in every corner of the store. Catch everything.
They would.
But yeah, I remember filming on 480. That was great, man. That was so great. And I don't, like you said, I think my phone films in 1080p. I think, maybe.
It might, yeah. I think mine does as well, maybe.
I even heard this. I don't know if this is true, but I heard that Marvel Avengers, they had shots like B-roll that was filmed off an iPhone.
Maybe.
Yeah, and they would just use those.
That's wild.
Yeah. So why spend $5,000 on a camera?
You know what? We're going to switch out our camera for a phone.
A flip phone.
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
But another thing about those cheap cameras, and I was pretty new to editing when I was using like cheap cameras. And you would try putting overlays on them, and they would be like so out of place.
Yeah.
Because they would be high quality like overlays on your 480p video.
Yeah. I remember that.
That doesn't look like it belongs there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I couldn't like dumb it down to make it look good because I was new to editing.
Yeah. That is
But that's besides the point. You know?
Yeah. If you have cheap equipment, that's all you got. You got to do what you got to do.
And you get it done. I mean, some of our best stuff come from cheap equipment.
Yeah. Because I think it's more about the storytelling than it is what you're using.
Yeah. If you got a good personality for like editing and stuff, it'll work out.
Yeah. And if you're not so caught up on the... I better turn that off.
Alrighty.
Had to turn off that air conditioner because I thought I turned it off before we started.
That's okay.
But, what was I saying?
You're talking about if that's all you got, that's all you got. And I said,
Storytelling.
Yeah, storytelling.
Yeah, so storytelling. I mean, that's the most important part about filmmaking, I think. I mean,
Yeah,
you could
for real.
have somebody that has the best equipment in the world not make a good video.
I think everybody has their own idea of what makes a good video.
Mm-hmm.
And what makes a good video for me is the person. If you got a good person, I don't want to say actor, I don't want to say comedian, I don't want to say anything like that, because it's just a personality. If you got the guy or girl with the personality for video making, it just makes it all come together. I think that's so funny when you get a good character like that. Like Will Ferrell, for example. I love that man in anything. Yeah. Even though he plays the same character, I still love him. And I mean, I know it's biased opinion, but...
Yeah, and even if you've seen him on a 480p camera...
Yeah, I'd still love him because he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The personality always comes through. The lens. That was beautiful. I'm going to write that down real quick.
And going off of comedians, if you looked at Leonardo DiCaprio on a little crappy camera, you'd still be like, that's a pretty good actor.
But I will say this. Editing can make a bad actor look good.
That is true. Editing can make a bad actor look really good.
I did this week. Well, not this week, but I bought a fluorescent light kit and an LED light kit. And I hated myself for it because I was like, I could have just bought a good light kit. Just one light kit.
Yeah.
Because I'd never had a LED light kit, so I was like, I'll check it out. See what it's about. See what all the hype's about. And I'm glad I got it just to like play around with it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now I wish I would have got something brighter and something more durable.
Yeah.
Instead of getting 2 cheap light kits, I could have just put all my money into a major good light kit.
Yeah.
So if you think about cheap equipment that way, I would go lean more toward the getting better stuff from the get-go so you're not having to replace things down the road. That's a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm. And even if you had to start out with like really, really cheap stuff to begin with, I don't think that's too bad.
No, like one of the first tripods I had was a gift to me, and it held that 480 camera, and it was not
solid.
If you would have put anything else heavier on that thing, it would have broke. It was so flimsy. So flimsy. But you can still make something good with cheap equipment.
100%. 100%. But moving off of that and going to doing stuff by yourself, it's rough.
And I know there's got to be people out there that's just like us. You think you can do everything by yourself.
You can't.
You can't.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, get into it.
Let me tell you something.
Let them know.
If you think that you can just set up a camera and then move it for every shot and make all these good things happen, you might be right, but there's a 80% chance that you're dead wrong.
It's true, though. Here's the problem. Let's say it's just me and him filming most of the time. So when we go to film something, we don't have somebody for a boom mic, so we have a steady boom.
Yep.
So it's not always getting right there where we need it. If we can't really move around much.
Let me give you an idea of what this is like. I'm going to get up again like last episode.
Yeah.
Show them a little bit of what's going on. So imagine that we didn't have a tripod sitting here. This would be the thing. All right, I'm filming you. Looks good. And now he would get up and he would go around, make sure he got the shot on me and vice versa, and we'd have to keep doing that. If we want a steady shot, we'd have to do it like this with both of us in it because we couldn't have a moving shot with both of us in the dang camera because it doesn't work like that.
You can, but you got to put it on like a
remote control car and then secretly put it behind your back and move the joysticks.
Write this down.
These are good tips.
I'm
getting heated. We need somebody to hold the camera. Applications down below in the comments.
It'll take you straight to some website that we'll create for this. It'll probably be a Wix website. It's free.
Boom Mic Guy 2. There's 2 positions available.
Yeah. If we think of more, we'll contact you. But the thing is, it's usually not hard finding actors, I don't think.
No, everybody's wanting to be in the film. Everybody wants to be in the film.
You ask anybody, they'll usually be like, yeah.
Yeah, I want to be in it. When we were trying to make Southern Tales, we were making a thing called Southern Tales. It was going to be a soap opera. It was a comedy. Anyway, we had our script going. We were like, we need people. Excuse me. We need people. So I was contacting like the popular girls and the popular guys at school. I mean, we were popular, but like we were different.
Yeah.
That's sad to say, but we were like I played sports and stuff, but I didn't have like a direct connect with anybody other than like you and me. We wanted to make videos. Everybody else wanted to go up on the mountain with their 4-wheelers.
That's true.
Anyway, I was contacting all the popular girls and popular guys at school that would never be interested in something like this. And they're like, yeah, that'd be so cool. And I was like, what?
I think it's because people see like all these celebrities.
Like, that could be me.
If you contacted these people and was like, you want to be the camera person, they would shoot you down real quick.
Hey, you want to come hold the camera for about 3-4 hours while we...
It just wouldn't work. Which, I mean, you got to find people that's interested in the same thing you're interested in. Because if you find somebody that's, also interested in film, they're going to be happy with doing anything. I'm happy with doing anything.
Somebody I appreciate is the... give a shout out right now. The guy that did the video when I was at the wedding.
Oh, this past week?
Yep. What's his name?
Oh, I don't know. You?
No. The guy when I was at the wedding, when you made the writing the...
I don't remember.
Episode 2, when I went to the wedding.
Yeah.
You made a video with somebody.
Oh, him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about at the wedding.
No. I was talking about you. I was talking about separately you.
Oh, okay.
Got lost there. We're back on track.
Yeah, we're good. Okay, yeah.
What's his name?
Tyler.
Shout out to Tyler. He is also interested in this stuff, and I'd be happy to make stuff with him. I haven't met him yet.
Yeah. That's we've got a good little team going here.
Yeah, that's 3 people.
3 people. 4 is a crowd. Withdraw those applications.
Yeah,
people.
withdraw the applications.
But yeah, I mean, any sort of help helps out tremendously.
And they're out there, especially in today's era and TikTok. TikTok's not where you want to go, by the way. That's
maybe. I mean, if you want to market that way, sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like a lot of indie filmmakers out there probably are.
If you want to take it more serious, I think TikTok's more like a popularity growth for like not serious filmmaking.
Yeah, well, I think it's like more based for kids,
mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So if you're doing animated stuff, that'd probably be perfect.
Yeah.
Be kind of cool. I never really see that on there. But doing it by yourself is, I don't know. I always thought I could, to be honest with you. And back in the day when I had a green screen and I had to set up the boom mic and I had to edit, not only, you can pull it off, don't get me wrong, you can pull it off, but sometimes you want shots that are moving. The more people you got on the project, it's like the more
the video comes to life.
Yeah, because it's not just like one person creating
it's not static.
Yeah. Because if all your shots are just stationary, the eye don't have anything to like really move with.
Yeah, unless you're doing a podcast, this is perfect.
Yeah, just so happens this is all right. But yeah, I mean when we have shots that we're both in, we try our best to like
record it multiple times and move the camera.
Yeah, just so
it's not just like this the whole time. We're like, hey, what's up? How's it going?
Even though that might work.
Yeah, it might work sometimes.
Probably not.
Yeah.
We mostly have to do that because we can't stop laughing when we're filming.
The secret comes out.
Yeah. We have to have something to switch to because we can't do it in one take.
Yeah. When you're that refers back to the last episode or the episode before, filming with friends. It's rough. It's rough because y'all are always laughing, but that's if you want to check that out, that's the last episode, I believe.
We'll put it in the video.
Yeah.
We'll put a little link. But now I think we're gonna watch 2 trailers. We're not actually gonna watch a short film this time, but we got 2 trailers pulled up.
Count them.
4.
2. 1, 2. We'll pull them up right here. This will be another clip.
So today, we're going to check out the teaser trailer to a short called The Feeding. And this is starring Nene Beanie.
Nene Beanie on Twitter.
Yep, at Nene Beanie. We'll put it in the video so you can check them out. This is the 3rd film in the Isolation series by Ruthless Stories.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so it's about COVID, I'm assuming. Shots are super smooth.
Sounds really good too. Some type of dog in there. It's a weird dog.
That, I actually really like that.
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
don't have any negative stuff to say about it.
No. The camera shots were super smooth.
And I was looking for it. Like I said, I'm watching.
He is watching.
I didn't see a thing.
Yeah. And that end shot with the hand
Yeah.
coming from underneath the door, like I really like that a lot.
I like the use of the red light too. Something simple, but you don't really think about it.
Yeah, just something you can add in there. And also, one thing, like this is just me being me, but I would have probably tried to like when that hand came out, I think it'd be cool to have like a ticking,
Oh, yeah, like
like a
mm-hmm.
kind of like the crunching of bone.
Maybe like even though if the door is super smooth, it's a horror movie, so maybe add like a
Yeah,
like
something.
a scraping of the like it's a rough wooden frame like.
Yeah, but I mean, seriously, you might have tried that. I don't know, and it may not have worked
might
out.
not have been what you were looking for.
But I thought that was awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Was there a date on that? I didn't.
I don't know now.
He's exited out. But if you want, we'll put that at the Twitter. We'll put their Twitter account down, and you can check them out if you want. The next one here is from a website we found here called Brooklyn Oz Productions.
Yeah.
And this is one of their originals coming out in 2021 called Riley.
This is in partnership with One Little Unicorn. Black Canvas is currently in post-production.
That's different.
Oh, Riley. Her nightmare may be her salvation. In a dystopian future, one woman's world begins to fracture into haunting visions of her past, future, and present. Let's watch. That's a tapping.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't like this one as much, if I'm being honest.
I liked it, but it was
I did like it, but if comparing it to the other one,
yeah.
not as good. Something I could change about this one is when they were doing like the light flashing. I think change the light flashing with like more actiony scenes that are happening, like whatever's going on, because obviously something's happening, but they
And,
just
like,
kept
the
using that
outside
one
world.
light scene,
Oh yeah.
and they could have used like multiple scenes of like stuff going on, but they might not have shot it yet. This might be like an early film.
Well, yeah, I think it's from what I read, it's supposed to be shot in 2021. So I think they're just coming up with like the idea. But I mean, I think it's shot really, really well. The only thing I would have to say about it is the story. I'm not sure really what's going on.
Yeah.
And I think that would help if they would add like what's going on in between those flashes.
Yeah.
But when I watched it, I got like Quiet Place vibes.
Mhm.
So I feel like it's gonna be dealing with something like that. That was my first impression. There's probably some sort of monster out there. Frankenstein, Dracula, the guy on Ghostbusters, the Michelin.
Guy.
Is it
The Michelin Man. I think that's his name.
All right, I think it is. But yeah, we're excited to see how this turns out in 2021. Hopefully, you guys get to shoot it and everything goes good.
But yeah, I think it's gonna wrap up this episode. If you're new to the channel and you're just checking us out, be sure to check out our other videos. Maybe drop a like, drop a subscribe, drop a comment. Let us know you're there. We're a new channel. We're just starting out, trying to build a following. Hopefully, we build a nice community of a bunch of people who just love making films.
Yeah, and we can eventually host film festivals online, and I guess that'll be it for this episode.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next one.